Hi, my name is Jinni Shen, and I am in my second year of my Artist Diploma here at Butter School of Music.
Well, thank you so much for coming in, and congratulations. You're one of four concerto winners for this concert coming up on April 25th, right? You're going to be singing a piece from Madame Butterfly, right?
Yes.
So, are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, I'm very excited about it because this is such a famous piece and it's very well known. And I think more or less people know something about it. So it's a very great opportunity for me to have this cooperation with the conductor and the university orchestra.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. So, when you pick a piece, like there's kind of two ways to go. One is you pick like the most famous of all pieces, right? Everybody knows this. Is there a risk to that? Because like everyone's heard it so many times by great singers. The bar is very high. Or did you ever think about doing kind of an unknown piece? Like, how did you pick to do such a famous piece?
So this is actually a very interesting background story for this year's concerto competition in our department, because we've been having this competition for several years, for many years, right? And for me, I felt like every year the competitors, the singers levels are going like more and more. People are being very devoted to the singing in the competition. So this year, the faculty in our department actually nominated the pieces, and they gave us like a list of a few choices, like, oh, you can sing this or that, and you can choose. So when I saw the email that sent it by Dr. Tamara Sanikidze, she gave me like two choices. One is this one, and the other, I'm not gonna say what that is, so we don't have like, I prefer this one more, but I love the other piece just equally well. So eventually, the reason I chose to sing that is because it's Puccini as one of my favorite artists. And also, I'm gonna play one of his also famous opera Il Trittico in April as well, as Su Angelica and Giorgetta. So it's a good timing for me to start practicing some of his other works. And second, for me, because this piece is talking about a story, and for like a concerto competition like this, and let's say if we aim to have this opportunity to perform for a bigger audience, you want to tell the story. You want them to have a strong connection with you by singing a piece that it's showing a piece of your soul.
Yeah, and you talk about the story. This is a very powerful point in the story, right? You're going to be singing about you're thinking about your kind of long lost love, right? Is that?
Well, the thing is, like, everybody else thinks that she has already lost him, but only her doesn't feel in that way. Like, she was being the only unreasonable woman at that moment, because everybody was like, just be realistic. He will never go back to you anymore, right? At all, because, you two are too different, right? You two are like, he wasn't here to chase you and to like have you as his lifetime wife, his lifetime true love. Like, just be realistic, right? But she herself is not thinking about that way. So she's the only one being like the unreasonable, the difficult, right? Even the not so wise one. But it's because of that it makes this character so touching and so strong.
Yeah. Yeah, and when you got that email, so like how much did you, was it just instantly you knew this was, of the two pieces, this was the one that you wanted to do?
I think I picked it up like pretty quickly. Also, part of the reason because of like when I received that email, I was actually working on this piece out of the school in a 1 week young artist program in Washington D.C. It's called Opera for So in a 1 week young artist program in Washington D.C. it's called Opera for Peace, and I actually got this opportunity to work on this piece and another duet from this opera with some artists all over the world. So it was like
Oh, wow.
young artist program with a small group of artists all over the world. And so yeah, like I was working on that piece, got coached, and had the opportunity to actually perform that piece in the French embassy. So
wow.
yeah, it was like, okay, so that's also like a extra benefits that I could work on that piece previously before I headed to the concerto competition in our school. So definitely part of the reason, not all of the reason, but I think still the strongest reason that I chose this piece was because all the things I was telling you earlier, like the connection, right, the communication with the audience, with the orchestra. So, but still, like I pick it up like very quickly, I think, like, which not I usually good at, because like I always think about like I always like I have a list in my brain about, oh, if I do this, what's the good, what's the bad, blah blah blah. But for this one, it came up pretty quickly, I'll say.
Yeah, she was smart to narrow it down for you.
Yeah, I think so.
Rather than just what do you want to do? So yeah, have you ever sung with like a full orchestra like this on stage?
Yeah, I played several roles, principal roles with the Butler Opera Center, because I've been here in the school this is like my 5th year. I actually graduated in 2014 with my Doctor of Musical Arts degree. And I got like readmitted to do the Artist Diploma program. It's like a non-degree program. And so I've been here for many years, and I have already some roles with not the university orchestra though, but with the opera orchestra for roles. So like, yes, it's always a good thing to sing with the orchestra.
Yeah, but have you ever sung with an orchestra that's not in the pits, that's on the stage?
Oh, we did a Shakespeare gala with the Opera Center. And because it was a gala, so the orchestra was not in the pit, but it was like in the back of the singers. It was definitely a very different feeling, because we're so used that the conductor is in the pit and, jumping and shining, like, having that little bounce, and you got that vibe, that beat, right?
Yeah.
But for that one, like, we were basically trying to check that little screen very far in the back on the wall to like see the monitor by seeing the conductor. And also the sound were a little different too, because it wasn't in front and under you. It was like in the back. So especially for that gala, we had stagings. It was like a semi-staged show. So we even need to like walk around, right? Going here, going there. And so I actually had that experience, which I feel very glad, because it let me recognize like, oh, there are some differences, and there are different things I need to pay attention on. I need to be focused on. Yeah.
Yeah, imagine. I mean, it's a big hall, right? And it's a big orchestra behind you. I imagine it's going to be tough. Do you have to prepare kind of for that hall? Will you do any kind of rehearsals in that hall?
I sang in that hall a few times, and the acoustic is good and it's interesting. And for me, of course, you always need to have that mindset. That will be my understanding and my preparation, because of course we can't practice that every day all the time or something to get used to it. And unfortunately, that won't happen to anybody. Like, if you want to be a professional performer, right? You want to you go somewhere, a short rehearsal, like a quick rehearsal, a 1-day rehearsal, whatever, and bam, you're there. And it's more like about the mindset. Like, how do you want to hear your voice came from? Like, how do you want to interact with the maestro, with the orchestra? So it's gonna be in a bigger picture, that will be the mindset. And I think for a smaller or more detailed preparation, it's like check the full score.
Yeah.
See the score, and like if you're not really sure about some of the pickups, some of the places, like, oh, what should I do? Like, check the score. The composer will always give you the answer. Like, is that a forte there, right? Dynamic wise, is that like what's the instrument on the score that's gonna play your motive, so you can have this duet like with it, or like what is the harmony here, like it was what is the root note, like what is the top note that it can have the same pitch or the dominant or the tonic with your singing. Like do the homework, right?
Yeah. Well, what else are your plans kind of after this concert? Any big things on the horizon? So you're doing Artist Diploma. Is this your final year?
It is my final year, yeah. So by what I checked, calendar, it's gonna be a very crazy weekend. Like we will have the third show of Il Trittico on Friday at 7:30 p.m. I believe, at the McLeod Theater just across this building. And on Saturday, I'm gonna sing this concert. And on Sunday, we'll do our closing performance. It's a matinee at 4 p.m. For the last performance of Il Trittico. So this is gonna be...
That's a busy weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very busy weekend, but I'm very looking forward to it. And I think that's also part of the challenge, but also the exciting thing as artists, because you always want to do things that it might give you some nervous, but also makes your heart feel like you want that. In Italian, we call it a palpito, like you want to feel that heartbeat, that flutter of your heart from your heart, that it gives you that, it's like, wow, like something you are really looking forward to.
Yeah, the energy.
Yes, the energy.
Are you more nervous about doing this, being like just there alone in front of the orchestra? Is that harder than being kind of in a cast, or is it harder when you have to kind of do more acting?
You know, this is a very interesting and good question. Like, you might hear different answers from different artists, different type of artists, even like, instrumental singers. It's going to be different for everybody. For me, they're actually equally difficult, equally challenged, equally exciting, but in different ways. Because people might think like, oh, a full opera, like 3 hours, right? With costume, with orchestra, with makeups, and with characters, right? And it's like an aria, 5 minutes, whatever. But it's different, because like for a whole opera, you're presenting a full story. Mm-hmm. You have your costume, you have your sings partners, you have your props, the settings, the scenic site settings, right? A lot of things. They're helping you. They're helping you to get into the character, and they're helping you to. There are all those tools and elements to help you tell the story to the audience. And when the moment they start seeing you appearing on stage until you bow, right? You have like 3 hours. Of course, all 3 hours are not all about you, but still, like, they don't expect things from you directly 100% at the beginning. You're opening this picture like gradually, gently, consistently during that time. And so it's very different. You're like building a thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What does the day look like? Like when you actually perform? Do you have any kind of routines?
For opera or for the...
Well, let's focus on this. Like, what do you think you'll be doing that day? So that's Saturday, right?
For this one, I'll say, because the night before I just finished the show, right? It's gonna be super late, because it's like I had this a chat with multiple artists, different artists, several people, like they always like, yes, you're not alone, we are on the same page of that, because it seems like the opera finished like for the night before, maybe around 10:30, let's say. Mm-hmm. I probably won't get bed. I probably won't be able to go to bed until 2 or even 3, because like then after the show,
do you replay it in your head?
Well, like
Good and bad.
so many things. Like
Yeah.
after the show, you're gonna go see the audience who came for you, and thank for their coming. Then go back to your room, take the makeup off, take the dress off, or maybe you have a wig, maybe not. That will take like an extra 20 minutes, basically. Go back home. You might be hungry, so you might want to eat some ice cream. That's like my comfort food, and text people by who congrats you, right? Sometimes if you have a recording set it up and you want to check it to see, oh, what did I do right? What did I do? I love what I do. I don't love so much, and to try to fix it quickly, hopefully. And then you're just excited, and your hormones are like, or like your blood, are like flowing in your veins, and it takes time to calm down, basically, and get showered and whatever. So the night will be very long and late night. So probably on Saturday, I'm just gonna have good rest and try to sleep in a little bit, and have a good big breakfast, and then just do whatever I have to do that day, And,
do you try not to talk? Do you try to conserve your voice?
Well, I'm not that kind of, like, for me, myself don't consider myself as a very sensitive singer. Like, I know singers that they don't talk. They don't do anything vocally related.
Well, especially on a weekend like that. I mean, that's
but of course, for this weekend, I will be very careful on protecting my voice. Definitely, like, I'm not gonna be able to, for example, having a lunch with my friend, or like doing a lecture or something, like nothing like that.
Will you listen to the actual opera you're singing from, or the actual piece you're playing, or the song?
For me, I will, but not right before the show.
Okay.
I actually do the opposite. Like usually, if you see me in a makeup, like in a green room or like in the makeup room, I'm always like listening to some jazz, basically, like to just get myself, totally different, to just get me.
Yeah, that's so interesting. So you eat a big breakfast. Do you eat then for the rest of the day before the concert?
Usually I do, actually, because that's why I said I will try to like sleep in and have like a big breakfast, and I may have some like small snacks before the performance to just give me some energy boost, but I won't really have like a full dinner before the show, because if the show started at 7:30, we probably will be here like let's say around 5 or 5:30, maximum. So like then you don't want to have a big dinner at 4. That's like, that doesn't feel good.
And you're not going to enjoy it either.
Also, you don't want, like, that's part of the thing as a singer. Like, you don't want the audience to see like, oh, the belly is like full, in your dress or something. I was like, oh, or like the lips are greasy, right? Like.
And as far as the body movements, and like every time I've seen this in a real opera, I think it's always started. She's sitting down at the start. And then she kind of stands up.
Yeah, of course. Like, it depends on what the director wants, of course. And but because the music started in a very gentle, very elegant music, so like, yes, it's either like maybe sitting, or it's like, because she, in the real show, she's not just with herself. She's with Suzuki. The other person. It's always starting with maybe they're like together, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly,
she's pointing out, oh, look at this. And then they gradually like separated, or like Butterfly herself started to, like you said, if she is sitting, she's gonna start standing up and things. Yes, so it will be like that. That's also part of my job, to think about how would I like to design this move when I'm perform with the orchestra, because there will not be a director to help me with it.
I know.
Well, I will talk with the director, hopefully, to get some suggestions and idea. But eventually, I have to have that ownership of this part.
Yeah, like what director? Like Farhad? Like who? What director?
Oh, you mean like, I mean, yes, with the music part, of course, with the conductor, the maestro. But I mean, like, if I want to edit some stage settings, some small bloggings for this piece, I will talk with the opera director, the stage director. From our program, from like, it's either like the directing students we have, or our principal resident director, in our opera center.
So you've got some people you can kind of bounce things off of.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
It's always good to get prepared, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, very few people could do what you're going to do. Just go and stand in front of an orchestra and sing like that. It's unbelievably impressive. So as the instrumentalist too, I'm just to be that vulnerable in front of the orchestra like that. So let's talk a little bit about, so you've been here for a while here at Butler. What brought you here to Butler?
So for me, part of the reason is like, of course, it can never be just like one reason.
Of course, yeah.
Make someone to choose why do you want to join the program, why do you want to come here to go to school here. Before I came to Texas, I was living in New York City area for like 3 years. I did my master's at Manning School of Music, and it was a great experience until COVID started in 2020. Well, luckily, the program or like the studying experience when I was there didn't get a lot effect by the pandemic, because when COVID started, it was like my last semester, and I only did like Zoom classes and lessons for a few months.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too bad. Didn't get a chance to do my graduate recital, which was a big bummer. But
did you do it on Zoom or like not at all?
We didn't get a chance to do it. I had all my like program set it. I learned all the music, but it's okay. It's things like that happen. But because of that, I had to like take a year gap to figure out what I wanted to do. And
it was a scary time in opera.
It was a very scary time, and also like I'm Chinese, like at that time.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
it was. I couldn't go home basically at that time. So, but I knew I didn't want to just finish studying music or studying opera because pandemic started. I still wanted to be here. I still wanted to keep my studying. So I took a year gap, and I was working a lot to just helping myself financially, and working a lot to just keep studying with different people, and also apply for places. So I applied for several different places for my next step. Eventually, but it has always been one of my top choice, because we have this opera program here, which is very unique. You probably heard about it from different people from our program already, but because like here we're doing things not just academically, but also strongly performance related, which is very unique, because you can't really see a lot of other places have the same program set up like how we are doing here.
Yeah.
So it's like I want to get into a doctoral program, so it will be helpful to keep my visa and give me like this extra few years to stay here, and it will give me a doctoral degree, which doesn't really mean I have a strong or big pool of knowledge on opera, but
it kind of does.
Well, for me, it's more like it shows my commitment to this art form.
Yeah,
that's my understanding of this thing. But yes, so I wanted to come here because I wanted to contribute, or let's say devote all my time and energy on studying opera, both academically and practically. So
is that where you think like the Butler Opera Center really shines, is the practicality and the like academic
totally
elements?
Agree. I think it's challenging, it's unique, but I think that's what make us so special here, because like I performed, let me count, I don't know, 5, 6 principal roles in the during the 3 years when I did my doctoral degree here, which is like, come on, who else can do something like that while you're pursuing your Doctor of Musical Arts degree? So
and at a high quality,
high quality,
not just the singing, like the whole thing. the orchestra, the lighting, the sets, it's a first class production.
Yes, because like, what's the point of doing the education? What's the point of having the training? Because either you, after the program, you want to sing on stage, or you want to, let's say, teach in a university as a professor. You want that experience, right?
Yeah.
You like exactly like what you said, the professional level gave you the full understanding and full view of, oh, this is how this thing goes, right? Not just about singing, not just about the performer. It's also about everything else, on stage, backstage, right? The preparation, the people who's helping you, the crew members, right? It's the full side wheel, in my opinion.
Yeah. And have you done any other professional work outside of academia in opera?
Yeah, like I've done things with like other companies, other programs and things. And that's why I said like things we're doing here is very professional, because like when you have this experience here and you bring it to the real world, you didn't see that, oh, this is like something we're missing, or like this is something we don't have this here, but they have it there. Like you don't really see that difference. Like you don't really see there's like a huge gap or something.
So it doesn't feel like a school production. It just feels like a
Not
professional
at all.
production.
Exactly. I think thankfully, thanks for all the faculty members, the department members, like all our teams that created this good place for us. But like I have all my gratitude and my appreciation to them.
Yeah. And who was your applied teacher now?
Oh yeah, it's Professor Lia Clochedo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so I assume she's working with you with this piece already?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So that's also like one of the reasons I decided to do the Artist Diploma after my doctoral degree, because I got to started working with her in the very last year of my doctoral degree. And it was a very challenging year. I did both Musetta in La Bohème in the fall semester for the role, and also Lisa in the Queen of the Space in the spring semester, while doing all my doctoral like comprehensive examination. And while I was working on building my committee members, working on my comprehensive examinations and my oral defense and apply for graduations, like all that kind of thing together. So I was like, I wish I could study with you more, to work more with you. So, but I don't have so much time, right? I only have 24 hours a day. So that's why she's like, why don't you apply for a Artist Diploma after this? Yes, because at the beginning it sounded like a very weird idea, because like, oh, after you graduated with your doctoral degree, like an Artist
your
Diploma,
terminal degree,
level, right?
It doesn't
or like
help you in the job market
it's
to
like,
become a
or like
professor,
or like it won't give you like a higher title or something. But eventually, I felt like, I don't really care about this. What I care is like, because at that time I still feel that there were a strong excitement and how do I say, desire that I still want to improve.
And you've got a phenomenal teacher. I mean, I feel like you could be with her for 20 years and still be improving. Yeah. What did your parents say, like, when you brought up the Artist Diploma?
Oh, like, I feel even today, nobody, like, no.
It's a hard sell after a doctorate. So, like,
especially, as, like, the Chinese culture, like, when I decided to do the doctoral degree, that's also back to our, like, the COVID thing, talking about, like, they didn't feel too bad about it because, it's a very honorable thing to have a doctoral degree. It's good for a lot of practical reasons. But like the whole Artist Diploma thing, like they couldn't really. I feel like even like now they just accept it. I mean, this is my last year. Like they just accept this reality. I'm doing this.
Are your parents? Are they going to be able to come out and see it?
No. Unfortunately, they won't be able to. But they're both like still working, and it will be like a very difficult trip for them to do if they will. if they, I mean, I don't think so, but hopefully I'll be able to show them some videos and things.
Well, it'll be live streamed.
Oh yes,
Right? So you
yes,
should
that's
not the. I don't think the Butler Opera Center. I don't think they're allowed
no, we
to
don't
live
do
stream.
live
Yeah.
streams, but yes, at least for this one,
Yes.
well, then that would be great.
Yeah. It might be like 2 a.m, but you know.
Well, I think they can make this.
Yeah. As a father of daughters, I would be up there at 2 a.m,
Yeah.
making sure to watch it.
Also, it's
So-
just 5 minutes. They can set up a clock, listen, and go to bed. Yes.
But you never know when those 5 minutes are, right?
Oh, true.
So you're gonna probably
yeah.
watch the whole concert. So.
Oh, 20 minutes.
yeah. So very cool. So what are your plans next year? Any thought to that?
Yeah, so because for our major, for what we're doing, like we constantly needs to do like auditions to let people to hear you, to do it. I've been doing this in the past few months, you know, traveling around doing auditions, and I did the programming in Washington DC, so I was like being very busy. So for next year, I'll say we'll see how the result came, right? Like if I will be lucky and fortunate, I will go to a program. But if not, it's still okay. I will, you know, get a job and keep doing what I'm doing. I think that will be the answer. Yeah.
Like a teaching job, maybe?
It depends on who wants me. But yes, like teaching job is not a bad idea at all. Yeah. I do like to work with students, in fact. And it's a really good thing to working with students, because the process that you are working on with them also, it's like a mirror. You're also seeing yourself while working with them. It's like, oh wow, your parents. It's like it's a part of a similar thing, like the
you see what works and like, oh, I could apply that to my own life.
Yes.
And
for like teaching singing, let's say, it's gonna be more specific, because like you're applying some techniques and skills on them, and you recognize, at the first, the works, the time when you're teaching them the technique, you're also recollect that in your system. Like you also like review, or even if it's a new thing, you're putting that in your system, right?
Yeah.
And second, like when you're seeing them doing good things, you're like, oh yes, I can actually put that thing in my library, in my data base, right? Too.
Yes.
So.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, I hope one of the auditions comes through.
Thank you very much.
I mean, the fact that you got the concerto thing, and you know, and I think you've got a very strong chance of landing something big for next year.
Thank you very much. It's a very competitive. Well, it's a very competitive pool, but
very competitive. Yes. It's not easy to be an opera star.
But like this thing is too good. You cannot just say no to that. It's like once if you like it, you will. If you know what it is, like. It's so charming, and it's so even captivating, I'll say. Yeah, like you just, it's so hard to just cut yourself out of it. It's kind of impossible to do if you really love doing what you're doing.
And I don't think you ever will. You'll always find your way, I'm sure. So
thank you. Hopefully that will be the case.
Great. Well, I can't wait to see the concerts, and thank you so much for coming down and sitting down and
talking about it. The pleasure is
always
always mine. It's such a good time.